like to speak for yourself. Let's head to Green Bay, where critics were ready to toss Aaron Rodgers aside, both for his age and because the Packers drafted Jordan Love in the first round. Well, Rodgers has put all doubt to rest with 13 passing touchdowns to 0 interceptions, starting the Packers with a 4-0 record. He is now a very impressive 18-4, including the postseason, with head coach Matt LaFleur, who praised the quarterback yesterday, saying, quote, "I think our quarterback's playing at a really high level right now." Well, like he has his entire career, but he's playing really well, lights out. And we're just playing good team football. Anytime there's what's deemed a controversial decision or whatever, you've got to answer the questions. So, Big Bro Sell.
Yep.
Does Matt LaFleur deserve credit for Aaron Rodgers' dominant season?
Yes, he deserves credit, but I smell something fishy. For you just asking the obvious, which is, does a head coach deserve credit for someone playing well? What are you trying to really ask? I'm not going to say he deserves credit with emphasis. I'm going to say he deserves some credit. But I will give more credit to Aaron Rodgers in the sense of how he's responded to all these changes. In his second year in this offense, obviously you're more comfortable in your second year, returning year, in any situation. Aaron Rodgers, knowing that the naysayers were on him because of his decline, whether it's exaggerated or not, Aaron Rodgers, in terms of team success matched with his numbers, was starting to go down. We saw Aaron Rodgers 1 year 4-3 as a starting quarterback. 1 year 6-9 as a starting quarterback. Despite having numbers 16-6, touchdown interceptions, 25-2, 26-4, you're like, that's decline? But it wasn't adding up. Now, you could put some of that on Mike McCarthy, which I know you will. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers wasn't Aaron Rodgers with shine. You could be a dull Aaron Rodgers. You could be a shiny, glossy Aaron Rodgers. And that's what we're seeing right now. So as I look at Aaron Rodgers, who's still in his prime, we talked about that earlier. Howie Long in the 2 elevators. His physical elevator may come down a notch or two, but his mental elevator is right there, if not surpassing even his physical abilities. So the great Aaron Rodgers has reminded the entire universe that he is still someone to deal with.
I think Matt LaFleur deserves a ton of credit, maybe even more credit than Rodgers. Here's why. I fervently believe a rising tide floats all boats. It's kind of that aphorism of if the whole economy succeeds, then individuals will have greater success as well. The Green Bay Packers economy is collectively succeeding. It's collectively having success. I've also started to think, Marcellus, if we dive into the weeds, maybe Aaron Rodgers actually has drawn the short end of the stick. Why do I say that? Rodgers' last 20 games under Mike McCarthy, 9-10-1.
Yeah.
Rodgers' last 20 games, regular season under Matt LaFleur, 17-3. If the Packers were 2-2 right now, if they were 1-4 right now, if they were terrible right now, you think we would be talking about Rodgers? We wouldn't. Not at all. But what we're doing is talking about Rodgers because not only is he balling, the team is balling. If Rodgers were having 13 touchdowns, no picks, he would be Dak Prescott. A great season individually, but your team is struggling. So now we're asking, can Rodgers win despite the poorest play of the defense? I think Matt LaFleur actually needs more credit because a rising tide is floating all boats. Matt LaFleur has caused the entire Packers tide to rise. Aaron Rodgers is just the greatest beneficiary.
See, that's the problem because the narrative last year was they're winning with Aaron Rodgers, not because of Aaron Rodgers, not in spite. He wasn't that bad, obviously. But there was conversation of, why are we seeing a lesser version of Aaron Rodgers in this run-oriented offense? And Aaron Jones, obviously, respect to him and his greatness. And everyone said that they were paper champs in terms of, that's not a real team. They're going to get smoked, and we saw it twice against the San Francisco 49ers, once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. We saw Aaron Rodgers come out here on that California trip where he looked anemic against the Chargers and going against the 49ers. People were whispering and starting to yell, yeah, the team is doing great, but what about you? And it's weird how Dak Prescott does come into mind when you have these type of conversations. When Dak had the most team success, it wasn't because of him. Then he started to get his numbers, and then people started looking at the team.
Didn't he have an MVP vote that year? I think he did. I'm not trying to trap you. But, like, didn't he? That's a good point. This is just a good conversation overall. The year Dak Prescott was 13-3, the year that the team was best, Dak only had 23 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. I think he also had 6 rushing touchdowns. He got an MVP vote.
Yeah.
This year, Dak was not in the MVP conversation. Exactly. He had phenomenal numbers, but he wasn't in the MVP conversation. Not because Dak was bad.
No.
Based on stats, if you want to look at it, but because Dak's team was bad. Aaron Rodgers is getting so much praise, not just because Aaron Rodgers is great, because the entire team is great. Marcellus, my coach told me this. I'll go to the University of Texas, 2008, and Will Muschamp, current head coach of South Carolina, he looks at us, and he's trying to convince us that football is a team game. He sits us all down in the defensive meeting room. Don't worry about being an All-American. Don't worry about being first team All-Big 12. If we win, you will win. I'm like, come on, coach, that talk is so cheap. He said something. He said 1990, the New York Giants, they won the Super Bowl. They won their second Super Bowl in 5 seasons. They had 7 Pro Bowlers. They went 13-3. 1990, Packers have 7 Pro Bowlers. They go 13-3. The next year, 1991, roster didn't really change, but the Giants went 8-8, missed the playoffs. No Pro Bowlers. Okay. See, what happened was they succeeded as a team. The Giants did. Super Bowl, 13-3, 8 Pro Bowlers. Everybody succeeded. Team the next year, 8-8. Missed the playoffs. No Pro Bowlers. Aaron Rodgers is now also a heightened beneficiary of the team's success.
Yes, definitely all that true. But I'm glad I didn't go to UT because Coach told me something like that. We all win. No, we all ain't going to get drafted. So if I'm at UT talking about, are we undefeated? You know how many times undefeated teams have guys that just have to go work in the real world? Fair. It doesn't always go like that. So, Coach, I got to get my numbers as much as we got to get these wins. I always have to push back on coaches when they say that stuff. I'm like, all right, now, chill. Here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers extracting him from the team's success. And it's interesting. Looking at Aaron Rodgers' record in terms of his performance, since 2009 and the next 8 years, Aaron Rodgers had a QB rating over 100 7 of those 8 years. Right now, his career QBR, his quarterback rating, is 103. Then, all of a sudden, Mike McCarthy starts to really have his not-so-good influence over Aaron Rodgers in terms of the win-loss column. 97, 97, 95. 95 quarterback rating. You have to go back to Aaron Rodgers' first year as a starter to find that quarterback rating again. That's why people were like, wait a minute. Are you the same dude? Because you look like the rookie year version of you despite some counting numbers that were good. So now he gets the uptick, he gets the bump, not only in team success, but he gets it with his coach. But remember, Aaron Rodgers with the right situation, with the right coaching, not even helping him, just not getting in his way, is going to put up these type of numbers consistently. Coming up, we'll go next level with the debate that started yesterday. We finally here. Should all Hall of Fame NFL players be considered all-time greats? Get your blocks and gloves on. Yes, next.